everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Kkoolade or Amanda, and today I bring you another solid color build challenge. Today we are doing an entirely black house, and we are building a modern farmhouse. So if you don't know what the solid color build challenge is, it is a build and buy challenge in The Sims 4 where you build a house based entirely around one of the color filters. If you're unfamiliar with the color filters, when you are either in CAS or in build buy mode, you can filter your options based around multiple things like styles, packs. One of the options is colors. And so what I would do for this is throw all of those titles, those colors, pink, black, red, orange, blue, etc., into an online generator and have it pick one out of a hat for me. And then I would build the entire house based around that. I did this previously for the color green. I can stick a link in the corner if you're interested in seeing that speed build. Today we are doing black. I didn't actually put this in a generator. I just really wanted to build an all black house in honor of Halloween. Really, it's all about Halloween. It's my favorite holiday. So I wanted to build something entirely black. And I also noticed that the Horse Ranch expansion came with a lot of interesting black wood tones and objects and windows and all of that, so I thought it could be a good way to combine the spirit of October and also show off some of the build and buy items from the Horse Ranch expansion. They do say in the official rules of the solid color build challenge that you are only supposed to use items from that category, and if it is a multicolor item, that it has to be mostly the color of your build. So in this case, like, it would have to be a mostly black object. And I think that I adhered to this very well, except for maybe once or twice. In the Horse Ranch expansion, the only thing that I could find that the horses actually sleep on is the bed of hay. And I haven't actually played with the horses yet, but I was like, okay, I think they need a bed. They need somewhere to sleep. I want to include a little barn, a little stable for the horses. So even though the bed technically didn't come up in the black filter, it has a black rim around it. It's hay. I think it's fine. I think it counts. And there were maybe like a couple other items like that, but I did my best with what I had. Also, I will say that the black color category, when I go to this one, it's mostly looking for modern objects. So I think Horse Ranch is a good way to mix and match that style, which is why I thought a modern farmhouse could be good, because when I go to the color category for black, I'm either looking for like spooky goth stuff from the vampires pack, or I'm looking for something modern and black trimmed and simple, minimalistic. So I think it's really nice that Horse Ranch added a little more rustic vibe to the black color category. Something else that they mention in the challenge rules is that terrain, like bushes and grass and stuff, doesn't count, but flowers do. I might have also ignored that rule a little bit. I don't remember. I didn't do a whole lot of landscaping here, but there were some indoor flowers. I don't know if that counts. But either way, it's more like rules are great, but it's more about doing it for fun for me than it is trying to be very strict about following all the rules. So you'll notice in my challenges that I like to bend them here and there in the interest of creativity, in the pursuit of fun. I also think that when I am building houses regularly, building lots, something that's really nice about trying to build in a single color is it's not as overwhelming, because I don't have to worry about everything matching if everything is black, more or less. I mean, there's still styles and other things to consider, but you know, there are so many different ways you can combine colors and styles and make things eclectic and fun. And here it was a little simpler and it was relaxing. I went to a career fair yesterday, and so all day yesterday in my head, I'm repeating my little pitch that I'm going to tell to all the recruiters. Like, I'm Amanda, I'm from this university, I have a computer science degree, and I'm looking for these positions. And it's like really mentally taxing my brain right now, trying to switch into talking about Sims. It's like you are experiencing me mentally context switching firsthand. So the floor plan for this modern farmhouse, I did base it on a floor plan that I found online somewhere. I have been learning the importance of using references, and so I've been using references a lot with builds. But I do think that the way Sims floor plans work and like the way that the tiles are spaced out, I don't think it always translates very well to real floor plans. Maybe that's just me. maybe I could be better about that. I feel like the spacing is sometimes just hard to get quite right. I redid this floor plan a whole lot. I think we maybe cut out some of my redoing of the floor plan from this video because it was hard for me to get it right. And honestly, this house ended up so much larger than I thought it was gonna be. So while I was mentioning earlier that building entirely in black was relaxing, this is kind of counteracted by the fact that I spent so long building this house that she kind of was stressing me out. Like I was just like sitting for hours with my recording software open and spinning it around and trying to figure out what to do next. Like maybe it's ADHD brain or what, I don't know, but I'll start a room and then I'll jump to another room and then I'll jump to another room, and I never just like sit and finish one at a time, which I think leads to some overwhelm when I'm doing it, but it's also kind of how my brain works. I don't know. For example, when I'm cleaning, when I get into my zoom cleaning mode at home, I never just sit and finish like one room of cleaning. Like I do a task here and then I'm like, oh, well, this item doesn't belong in this room, so I've got to take that to the bedroom. And then you go to the bedroom and you're like, oh my gosh, the laundry, I need to start laundry, and you start that. And then you're like, oh my God, wait, but there's still stuff in the dryer. I've got to put those towels in the bathroom and then I've got to fold them. So it just becomes this never ending list of things to do. And I think that's kind of what I do when I'm building in Sims. I'm like, oh, well, I got wallpaper. I gotta put wallpaper here and here. The counters, oh, there's counters in the bathroom. And you get where I'm going. Maybe large builds, a little bit stressful for me. Maybe that's just about teaching myself to focus on one thing at a time and not try to do everything a little bit at once. But you know, that's like a personal thing for me. I'm just rambling right now. Something that was also a little frustrating about this build was trying to get the open second floor while also making the roof outside for the porch work. I mess with that a lot. Roofing is something I'm getting better at, but not something I'm great at. And trying to make my builds more dynamic with open second floors and porches and all of that is a learning curve. I learned that it's better when you're doing this to not have one giant roof piece, and then instead it's better to make like a bunch of smaller ones. And I didn't realize that the shape of the roof would work if I spread it out around the edges. So I was watching a video, but that ended up working finally. And then that made the inside a lot easier to mess with. But then something I noticed is the ceilings that are attached to the roof outside on the porch. All right, so you know how the columns, when you put them at the very edge of a corner of a porch, they stick off just a little bit. So then if you put a roof right on top of it, the edge of the column, or at least like, you know, whatever columns I was using, the like flat edge of the column still also peeks out a little bit to the side of the roof. And that bugs me. So now I've got to stretch the roof to make it longer to cover it. And then I love the way that looks. But then if you go and look at it from the underside, that like white thing that is the ceiling doesn't quite stretch out as far as the roof does. I don't know if I'm explaining this very well, but it didn't look better if I just deleted it, and I didn't know what to do with it. And I also experienced that same thing with making this like open secondary floor hallway. Like when you look up from the bottom floor, the edges don't quite line up and there's like this big just like white section, and I don't know. The new ceiling colors are in and everything, but by the time I was done with this build and was fixated on the fact that the ceilings were white, I was just like done. I'm like, you know what? I've done enough. I put enough mental effort into this. It's fine. It's white. It's just gonna be how it is. There are like so many other things that I'm proud about in this build that it can have this flaw. So one of my favorite things that I did in this build is actually the bedrooms in the bathrooms, especially with, I've said before that I don't love the options for mirrors in The Sims 4, so I've started just making my own by putting lots of mirrors next to each other, and that's fun and quirky and new, so that's cool. In the bedrooms upstairs, I like to come up with little storylines about what kind of family might live here. So the parents' bedroom, the master bedroom, and bathroom on the ground floor, they are very into the modern aesthetic. They bought an old farmhouse and they have refurbished it, given it a little bit of the modern touch while still keeping a rustic flair. So that's why their bedroom and bathroom, extension, their walk-in closet, and laundry room are a little more modern in theme. In the upstairs, there is a kid's bedroom. I imagine they probably have a toddler or an infant. So that's the nursery. The kid's bedroom is a little more colorful. than everything else in the house. There are some lighter colors, you know, there's like animal themed things. There's a little bear chair, and just trying to like keep the touch of nature from the outdoors in with the child's bedroom. And then they have a teenage daughter, and she's gonna be like an up and coming streamer or something. She's a gamer, basically, you know. And the farm life isn't maybe quite for her, but that reflects in her bedroom, which is painted very modern and artistically, you know, like fun lights hanging from the curtains over the bed. And it's her own little corner of the house where she gets to be the most herself. Her bathroom, it is like a public bathroom, technically, like other people in the hallway could use it, but it is attached to her bedroom as well. So I tried to make that one a little unique. So then the last room upstairs is like I think there's probably like a grandparent that still lives here, and maybe that grandparent also watches over the kid a lot. So the grandparents' room and the toddler's room are connected also by a bathroom. And that bathroom I also kind of went with a modern vibe for, not for really any particular reason. I just thought I love these tiles from the Copperdale school with the hint of teal to them, so I went with that. And yeah, just went for like a blue and black kind of theme there. My other touch that I like about the second floor hallway is the little table at the end that has the cutest little, like, I don't, what pack is it from? Is it from Horse Ranch? Is it from like Outdoor Retreat? It's like a mascot for, it's a mascot for, oh my God. Okay, I remembered the word I was looking for. I was trying to say national parks, but I kept thinking natural park. That didn't make sense. But you know, there's like the Smokey the Bear. I think he's like a, you know, like an icon, a figure of the environment. I feel like that's maybe what they're going for with the little stuffed animal bear, and he's got the hat with the little antlers. I don't know, that's just my theory. But yeah, so I really like that touch as well. It was also a little difficult trying to find enough accessories that showed up in the black color category to decorate this house, like clutter and paintings and such. But it forced me to be more creative, which I thought was a good exercise. The main areas of the house, such as the living room and the kitchen and the dining room, I tried to blend the rustic and the modern. Oh, and I forgot about the study. The study is an interesting room. They have the computer room, you know? So like my dad had an office area in the house with an old antique kind of desk and his one PC laptop. And growing up, that was the computer room. That was like the only place we had a computer in the house. So I imagine it was that kind of thing. Like once upon a time, the dad had his own office with that kind of space for himself. And, you know, he still has the old computer and all of his old files and books, but they don't like really get used anymore, but they're still around. And then there are other components to the study that has that more modern element to them. Like it could just be a nice place to go and read or hang out and chat. I don't know if I have too much more to say about the build. They definitely would have a horse. They definitely would be like some of the family and the kid and everything will be the outdoorsy type. I didn't do too much in terms of landscaping with this house. I didn't really feel like the lot needed it, honestly, because the surrounding area was already so beautiful. Like so far, what I've seen of the Chestnut Ridge world is really gorgeous. And if you look out one of the windows in the house, it's just full of these rolling light green and orangey plains, and right next to the house they have their own little horse training area, so I didn't feel the need to add a whole lot of horse objects either. They can just walk right next door. But yeah, I hope that you all enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed making it. I will also have this house available on the gallery if you would like to download it. I have not play tested it, but I don't imagine there's too much that would get in the way. Maybe some slight adjustments, I don't know. But it will be available and I will put that in the description if you are interested. I do have some more speed build videos coming up later this month for October. Autumn is my favorite season, so of course I am all excited and doing a million projects, but the next two are definitely going to be smaller than this one. I am tempering my expectations a little bit. I also have some Create a Sim challenge videos coming up later this month as well to properly get in the mood for spooky season. I hope that you all enjoy the rest of the video. Please give me a like and subscribe if you would like to support me, and there will be some photos at the end if you're interested in the finished product. I hope you all have a nice day. Bye.